Support for 100 Watts in a Wire is provided by Bioenno Power. If you're looking for a power solution, check out Bioenno Power, offering the best performance lithium phosphate batteries for your ham radios. Visit bioennopower.com. That's BIOENNOPOWER.com or contact dealers nationwide. LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. An LDG desktop tuner works automatically with nearly any station up to 1,000 watts. LDG Zero Power tuners are ideal for portable or mobile use, as they consume almost no current and can be powered by internal batteries that last up to a year. LDG tuners are backed by our 2-year fully transferable warranty and our legendary customer service, the best in the industry. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
And now, from Grid Square Echo Mike 48, this is 100 Watts and a Wire.
And sure enough, hello everybody, it's Christian. My call sign is Kilo Zero, Sierra Tango Hotel. Welcome to the 100 Watts and a Wire podcast. And this is episode 323. We're talking about mobile setups and so much more today. Let me welcome in Sidecar Steve. Steve is here, W7UDI, famous call sign from the Pacific Northwest. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Christian. And hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today.
What are you doing? What is happening in your world? We are dressed like we don't know each other, or we know each other too well. Meanwhile, the whole conversation pre-show was splitting wood. And we are like Brawny and, what was it? Brawny and Paul Bunyan. I'll be Brawny, the quicker picker-upper. Tonight, you play the role of
Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan, yes. Tonight, we're going to be talking about mobile setups, but I've got some big news. I want to talk about a couple things going on. I've been busier than, as they say, on 180 or 80 meters. 75-meter phone is where they usually talk on that band. Mm-hmm. Busier than a one-arm paper hanger. And I'm on vacation too, so I started vacation on Friday. But there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things I want to do, and there's a lot going on. The first thing that we have going on, Steve, is the $1,000 giveaway. The 1K giveaway is happening, and I'll put my email address on the screen. We can talk about that a little bit too, because hundreds of people are submitting their cart. And a few weeks ago, we launched this kickoff. And I got a bone to pick with Sidecar because yet again, another dozen entries came from the Pacific Northwest.
Forget about it.
With different, I did forget about it. It was delete. Like, son of a...
Delete.
But part of me is like, what did he need that for? You know? And I'm like, is this even a ham radio shop? What is this here? No, just kidding. But Steve is sending endless, it's Stevie Z or Stevie S or Steve Man. I'm like, okay.
I haven't used Sidecar yet. So.
No, he's waiting on Sidecar. Here's what you need to do for the 1K giveaway. It's very simple. We're going to give away 4 installments of $250. And here's what you want to do. You're going to go to your favorite ham radio shop. We can name off at least a few, but I've seen some places I've never even seen before. And hey, if you've got one local to you, do that. Just do that, because that's cool too. That's all right. But you want to go to your ham radio.
Even better.
Yeah. Steve is frozen up on our screen, but is audio sounding good? He's in a perpetual smiley mode. He's okay. He's all right. He looks happy, right? He looks at least happy. Anyway, I'll continue. Yeah, you're just smiling, so this is good. For our folks listening to the podcast,
that's all that matters.
Steve is frozen, and that's okay. He will be fine. It's not that cold where he is. 53 degrees today at game time as we start the show here from the Heartland. But getting back to this, we'll call it a promotion, a giveaway. It falls between the holidays, really. We will pick the first winner next Sunday night, okay? So it'll be right after, that's 28th. what you need to do is go to your favorite ham radio store, take and fill your cart with up to $250 worth of gear. Whatever you say you're needing, you could use, may put you over the top in your ham radio adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in there. Don't buy it. Take a screenshot. Take 2 screenshots if you need to. Hey, he's coming back. He's slowly, he's coming back. And
hey, look at that.
Email it. Yeah, you're all right. You're super soft focus. You've got the Sybil Shepherd moonlighting thing going on. Many of you are not old enough to know that reference, and I'm sorry. I don't know why I would say moonlighting with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd in her contract. Mm-hmm. She needed this Vaseline-type look from the lens that was shooting her. Very cinematic look for the 80s. Anyway, it was in her contract, and Bruce Willis would be like just looking normal. They'd cut to her and she'd look like a movie star. Bless her heart. Where was I? Take those screenshots and email them at Christian@100wattsandawire.com. And you're done. That's it. Now, I have seen some strange things, Steve, apart from your odd entries.
My weird stuff, but
your weird
I got problems. So
edible things and like inflatable and edibles. I don't know what he's talking about, but I know it's him. But anyway,
it's legal here in Washington.
It is, and you do have a sore back, and I understand. So I don't know if that could be shipped in a cart, but I'm like, oh, it's a head shop. This is a head shop in Seattle.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
no, we got 3 in town, so we're good to go.
That's great. All right, you're good. You don't need this. Perfect. So I've seen some strange things though. Actually, today I was out working the wood pile. And a brother sent over an entry. It was $800 and some, and I had to write him back and said, I don't think you read this right. Let's try again. So we're doing 4 winners, $250 per, over 4 weeks. It lands just the week before Christmas. I hope you win. Visit 100wattsandawire.com to learn more. Hundreds of people have sent in their entries. And it's a random drawing. You don't have to do anything more than just the steps that I've outlined for you today. So that's one thing, Steve. I'm going to go on to this next thing because it's a new show. It's a new show. It's still 100 Watts at a Wire. However, we're going to start something on a different day. And let me see if I can go over to it. It's going to be called 30 Days. Now, Steve has a look on his face. He's just looking sideways like someone may have broken wind in church. He's got that look on his face. Just for the people at home, we're being descriptive. just trying to let you know. Got a new show happening, Steve. I'll pick the day. And I'll pick the day. It's going to be called 30 Days. And here's what I want to do, guys. Now, I've seen a lot of people with the ham radio landscape, the media, the content creators. And these are the guys that are out there telling you what's going on with these products. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that sometimes, I've been in radio for a long time or whatever. I think that the way that I would like to do 30 Days is to create this honest review system. And here's how this is going to work. You have to have a 100 watt ID. There's over 5,000 of these things already out there. So the entries have become something like going on big today. Many people have sent them in already. If you're already a 100 watt ID holder, you got an email today. Steve, you probably got one in your box. What I want to do, and on the website under 30 days, there's a tab there, and it's up on the screen for those who stop by today. You can read how I'd like to do 30 days. What I want to do is I'm going to take products, ham radio products or ham radio adjacent products, and we're going to pick 4 people out of the 100 watt ID pile that submit. And what we're going to do, they're going to agree by sending a form that says, I want to participate in this for 30 days. We're going to test products for 30 days. I'm not going to do it. Steve's not going to do it. You guys are going to do it. This is
perfect. It's going to
be like a peer review. Okay, so you take it and the first product has been listed. You only need to do this one time. If you have a 100 watt ID and you want to participate in this, I don't know how long it'll go because there's money involved. And let me just say a real quick little thing. And so the money that comes into this show, I don't know about other shows and what they do. The money that's made, the sponsors, the contributions, donations, the membership, they go toward the development, creation, and distribution of this. Now, I know I need to get Steve sorted out. He looks like a glass of milk sitting over there next to me because he's all blurred up. See, now we know what I need to do. I got to get Steve whatever it is. But on the serious tip, the money that's coming in here, I have to stop and thank the sponsors of this show because they make it possible too. They're getting something out of this when we introduce the audience to you guys. It's a feel good thing, and they do get something out of it. Sponsorship is something, but because they donate and they give and they support the show, I can do things like this: the 1K giveaway, the 30 days. The reality is, Steve, is I just don't know if, it's not to say I don't trust the people that are doing the things, but I would rather spread this out. Let's talk to 4 people. Let's see the experience they have with this particular product. I'll ask them the questions of how it performed, what happened, was it easy to deploy, what you know what I'm saying? We will come together and we will give an honest review of these products. Now, I'd love for this thing to go infinitum. I'd like forever. Go on month after month. I'll probably do it twice a month because there's money involved. I got to, these things have to be paid for and sent to people. But I think we'll get a better review of some of these products than if you get Joe Blow. Oh, I got this new thing in the thing from somebody and somebody such. And what they want to do sometimes, not everybody here, I'm not pointing at anybody in particular, but it happened in broadcast radio, and I'm sure it happens around here too. Not on this show. I'm doing everything I can to keep my hands out of it. I don't, I want to hear from the people. So the people will get the chance. With 30 days, though, what I want you to do when you're considering this is that I want you to really do this. Now, we're going to probably start this December 1st, run it through the end of the month, and then I'll bring the people back on to talk about these products. All right, so that's a whole lot of words to tell you that more than just me or more than Steve are going to sit and review a product. Because sometimes you get these people and they're like, it's so good. So good. I love it. And they do these things because they want to keep getting free stuff. This is going to be an honest review system, period. And that's how that's going to go. I'm sorry, Steve. Let me bring you back up here. There we go. And so it's called 30 days.
Oh, that's okay. No, that's fine.
I hit the wrong button. It's all right. But you need a 100 watt and a wire ID. You can click right there to get it. There's also a tab on the website, 100 watt IDs. Click it. Usually takes a few days. You'll be sequentially issued a number, and a busy human will send these to you. You're going to become part of my mailing list, so you need to know that that's going to, you're going to know. But the people who are there now already know this is happening. They're already sending in their submissions. They're agreeing to test the product, to receive it. If it's an antenna, put it up. Test it. Take notes. How hard is it to do? How did it perform? Because I'm going to ask you to come on this show to talk about it. Okay, and that's how it's going to go. So please know that don't space out, flake out, and just think you're going to get something new for free and not do anything for it. I know some people. Tell them, Steve. I know some people.
Yeah.
But Steve won't say anything. I don't think you know it. We know some people. But listen, here's the point.
We know some people, but the point is we want you to try it. And if I try it, it's one thing. If something's complicated, I can figure it out pretty simple. But for someone that is brand new or is not as they haven't been in the hobby for a long time, if it's not simple for you, we want to know that. We want to hear it. What did you like it? Didn't like it? How was the instructions? I mean, just those simple little things that is needed in the review. I can look at some instructions or whatever and say, oh, this is wording is rotten, but I know what they want to do, what they, the end goal is. But if, you don't know that, then we want to hear that. We want to hear the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And we want an honest shake on it, because that's the way the manufacturers will improve their products. And,
exactly. Now, see, here's the catch, y'all. There's no catch. Besides the fact that I want you to participate and actually do the test, do the trial, put it to the test, put it through its paces. When I bring you on the show, I'm going to ask you questions about this stuff. We're going to talk about it. After that, if you do that, I'll let you keep it. You can keep the stuff. You don't have to send it. You can keep it, but you got to keep up your side of the deal or this show won't work. It just won't work, and there's money involved. So think about that. It's not just a free thing. I want your feedback.
So
go ahead.
And you got to put a little skin in the game here. And like I've always said,
you got to do it. You got to do the work. And you know what? If you're interested in antennas, the first two, I'm gonna pick 4 people here soon, probably before Thanksgiving, which could be Wednesday. All right. So if you're driving your car, don't freak out. Get home where you want to be. But we're going to test 2 products. One product I found, it's a strange little thing, and I don't know if it's snake oil or the second coming, but it's the 20-meter Isotron antenna. You can look it up. I hadn't heard of it before. It looks interesting. Maybe perfect for some people in some situations. The other is going to be the Radio Waves DX40 off-center fed. By the way, these 2 companies are not going to donate these things for testing. They're not involved. They're going to be purchased. Dig it? Got it? That's how it's going to work. Nobody's giving me the product to give to you to test it and then be, it's so good. No, the money's going to go out. You're going to test it and beat its ass out there and find out what it is. Is it, or isn't it? And keep the antennas. So we'll put you on a 30-day deal. And I don't know if it's good or bad, but I don't know. I know there's a lot of reviews out there, and people can be skewed by it, man. People are spending hard-earned money on products that people say is the bee's knees. And, you get it. I've been a victim of this, whether it's shoes or whatever it may be, and you're like, or this, whatever. This is a new thing. I'll be talking about it. The show will drop in January because we're going to spend 30 days talking and testing these products, these 2 products. All of this is at 100wattsandawire.com. The 1K giveaway and these 2 antennas. But on this testing situation with 30 days, you got to have a 100-watt ID, sign up for it, and commit. You got to do it. If you do me dirty, I'm knocking you off the list. You can keep your ID, but I'll be like, So it's going to be cold. Think about this. And then we'll get another one. We'll do another one. But that'll be the first month of shows. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Maybe I'll see them put a Q in front of it. But that's it. That's the big reveal today. And we've had at least 140 came in. Nice. Wanting to be the people who are testing it for 30 days. So put it in there, another random drawing. You only need to get in one time for this. Just enter one time, have a valid 100-watt ID, and you'll be cool. You'll go through the cycle. If your name is picked, you'll get the product one time, but you don't have to keep entering. You just do one time, okay? There you go. So that's what's going on. Steve, you want to try to reconnect because you are still frozen. He looks like the warmest glass of milk in the land. Why don't you reconnect? And we'll catch up with you in a minute. It'll only just take a minute. All right. So there you go, guys. If you have any questions about that, drop me a line. My email is christian@100wattsandwire.com. And I'll be happy to write you back and talk about it perhaps I'll make a video of this coming up like I did with the 1K. Look at him. look at him, he's back. He's back. For the people at home, especially the ladies. The ladies are like, woo, there he is. Oh, Steve's burning me up. Burning me up. Woo, Lord. Okay. So there you go. Steve, did you have any questions about any of that stuff? Does that make sense? Because you're kind of my gauge for I talk sometimes too much, and I think you can tell what I want to do. Okay.
No, this is perfect. It's a lot of times where a product is given by a manufacturer to a podcast or a radio show or whatever. There's kind of like a bias, and truly, and I've seen this elsewhere, and I'm glad you're doing this, where these programs will get their viewers or their audience and get a product out to them and let them just thrash it for 30, 60, 90 days, and then they go back to them and ask them, okay, what was good, what was bad, would you buy more of these products, would you recommend it? And this is perfect. It's real world testing, and I like it. I'm really curious on that Isotron 20 meter antenna. I've seen that thing for years, and I'm like going, I wonder how well that works.
It looks like it could be one of those things that would be good in a small situation. It's about 80 some ducats, so we're going to be buying 4 of those. Nice. And the DX80, the radio waves, I actually owned one of those for a period. I don't know what they're going for right now, but once the names are picked, I'm going to pick probably 8 before. I'll pick the first 8 for the first month, hopefully coming up this week. I got to cross-check, make sure everybody's got their IDs, everything is in order, and everything's right, and that this is something you can do. If you live up north and you're in Michigan and you can't hang an antenna in December, I don't think that you should
let
come.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know. I mean, we appreciate you wanting to participate, and then maybe just say, hey, I can't do an antenna, and then just
maybe it's another thing.
Another item, and then you'll get drawn hopefully for another item that will meet your needs or your circumstances at the time. So
participating,
so please be honest
easy
with us.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And that way I can move it on to somebody that's maybe in a warmer space, and they can put it up, beat it up, come on the show. That's going to be part of this, is that if you're picked, you're going to come on the show and you're going to talk about it. I'm going to ask you questions, and then we'll leave it up to the people based on what you say. There will be no real bias for you. You'll own the antenna if you do those things and come on the show and talk to me about it. And I don't need to touch it. I don't need to touch it. Again, the sponsors make it possible. You make it possible in a lot of ways because you do support with your memberships or your every now and again, what do they call? They give money on the in the chats. All that stuff just goes back into the creation of ideas, develop that stuff, create the content, and put it back out to the people. I don't make money on YouTube, and it's best to put it back into the... When you're wondering how it's happening, it's because of the sponsors and the money that comes in goes back. That makes sense? I hope so. People are talking about our wardrobes tonight.
Oh, yeah.
David,
we're kind of the flannel clan.
Whiskey Zero. Whiskey Zero Tango Kilo X-Ray, you're 5'5", a couple of lumberjacks, and they're okay. Okay, well, you're up to a 5'9". He ended it with a compliment. Good evening to some of our friends who are in there tonight. Mark says, it's flannel night. Do you all discuss wardrobe? Yes, we have a huge closet full of free clothes that people send to us all the time. I think I've worn this every show since November, so I don't know. We'll have to look.
Well, it is currently 32 degrees right now. It's been cold. We've been kind of in the fog a good chunk of the day, and so it wasn't. I wasn't feeling a little Hawaiian today. I just kind of felt the flannel and went into the closet and was like, "Oh, that looks like a good one." I didn't want to change my T-shirt, so I wanted to kind of coordinate a little bit. And so, hey, it is what it is.
Yep. And my axe is just right off of camera there. Shane, see, this is a good idea. Shane, I know, would have a 100-watt ID, but he says, yeah, a little cold to hang an antenna in Minnesota right now. So Shane may be able to say, look, man, I'm interested in the program. Put me in the pot. But when your name is picked, I'll reach out to you and just tell me, look, I don't think I can do that now, but hit me up for the next thing. And that's just how this will go. Okay, so we'll just be honest across the board from receiving it. Will you be able to do it? Is December going to be too tricky for you with travel and the holidays? Just let me know. Your name will stay in.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay if you can't do it. It's, just please be honest with us.
Yeah, because that way that could go to somebody else somewhere, maybe in, I don't know. Just, it's all good. You understand. We're all grown up here. Except for me.
Don't you know any other goddamn tune?
Thank you. My daily dose of Chris Farley. Well, Steve-O, we usually do a community question. Each week, usually on Mondays, I'll put out a question. And Steve had one for this week. I think this was your idea, wasn't it? It was a mobile one, right? You wanted to do mobile. And you want to know what you're working with in your mobiles. So we put that question out, and I guess we can go through it a little bit. We had some answers that came through, and I know that's why you came here today. I know I've been talking about all this good community stuff. That's a part of this, though, is that we are a community, and it's about, I just know people, it's hard to come by a buck. My father told me that, it's too hard. He never gambled because he said, he knew how hard it was to make a buck. And, in giving it back out to the people, I think it's a good exchange. You may not love this antenna, and you may say, "That's a piece of crap, man." Give it away. Give it to somebody else. Give it some. Don't give a piece of crap to somebody else. Give it maybe to somebody you don't like. I don't know what to do with it if you don't dig it, but we'll try to pick things to test that will work out for you. But don't mean to rant on that. But hey, it's hard to make a buck. And it's hard to spend stuff, money on things if you're not quite sure. Now, if I came on, I'm like, I love it, man, it's so good, I love it, which is what you see. You might buy it, and I might not even believe that, man. I may just be trying to get another piece of gear from a company. But if four of your peers, we're all peers, take it out, use it. Give it an honest review, then you can decide for yourself. Well, 3 out of the 4 guys thought it was cool. It could be used for blah, blah, blah. That's what we'll do. An honest review system. Onward to the mobile setup. Steve wanted to know what you're working with in your ride. So on Discord and on Facebook, we posted this question out. And we should probably say you probably hear my amp. I do have the radio on tonight, but it is crazy town. It is crazy with the sweepstakes. I hope you guys are having a good time. We're going to pass on the net tonight because it's just too nutty. And it's not because we're in the contest at all. I haven't made a contact in the contest, but it would be really difficult in these conditions to do a net. So that's why.
It'd just be too frustrating for everybody. So give our net controllers a break tonight.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk a little longer if the people want that. If not, we'll shut up. But let's go over to the question was posted on Facebook. We'll start there. Top 50 answers on the board, Steve. A lot of people give the feedback. It's an alter ego of mine. I guess we'll start with Nathan, and we'll talk about some of the images. People were encouraged. You're always encouraged to share your images, whether it's on Facebook or on Discord. And if we see any tonight, we'll lay them out to you. I'll start things off with Nathan. Nathan has a 2021 Toyota Tacoma. Ooh. Now, I know Nathan used to at least be a police officer. He's out west there. He might be in Arizona where your toes melt together in the summertime. But I know he's at least a former police officer, if not a current police officer. And he's using the ICOM ID 5100. He says, great radio, November 7, Lima Echo, 5100. Nice. Is that one a UHF, VHF? Because I'm thinking 7100, which is what I'm riding with. 5100.
I think it's a dual bander. Yeah, and it does D-Star and things like that. Rick has a 2005 Sentra. He has the 706 Mark II, which is for HF, VHF, and UHF mobile operations. So it's a shack in a box. And Yeah, that radio's been around a long time. Good performer. That's Rick K0RAC. Good setup there.
Ricardo's down in Florida. He's one of our favorites. He's down there. He lives in Paradise. He's got a lip mount antenna on the trunk. It's a UHF VHF with an amp, 35 watts to 45 watts under the seat, and a remote on and off switch, an HT radio on the Lido mount. Lido is a company that I use for my mobile. That's a good one. Look on their website, Lido Mounts, and it's a cup holder. You're going to give up your cup holder, but it can hold your rig. So check it out. They also have got things that mount under your seat.
And he's got seat on your vents there. It kind of slips on your little vents. So they're pretty creative. And old Ricardo has it in his Chevy Cobalt SS. Nice ride.
Yeah.
So Al with his 2011 F-150 Larson fender mount, 70 centimeter. Running with an ICOM 2375 Alpha. So nice little setup, really basic. And and then our buddy Paul.
Yeah, Paul's WD9 GCO. He's in Valparaiso, Indiana, and a anchor for Amateur Radio Newsline. He's got the Kenwood TMV71A and Connect System CS800D, both chassis. You know what? He made a video, and his install's crazy, man. He did he got in through all the electronic and crap and all that stuff in that car of his. So he's also got a Lido mount. Let's see. He uses a Shure hand-worn mic, push-to-talk, is wired through his steering wheel. See, he went into the electronics of his car. He's braver than I am, man. He's got isolated shifter paddles. He uses a Dow key antenna relay to switch from the two radios. And so he's got it mounted on his trunk there. So there's Paul. He's serious about his mobile operations.
James has a headless 2-meter 440 mobile, a VCG VRN 7500.
I don't know that one.
In my Jeep. I am not familiar with that, but the head unit is by my phone, so I don't have to worry about being visible when the tops and the doors are off the Jeep. November 2, Alpha Delta Victor. I want to see Jim, send us a picture of that setup there. I'm curious on that one. That's cool. Sounds like a cool setup.
Dave's got an HF. He's got the ICOM 725, an auto tuner, MFJ 1675, the 1640, and homemade stake pocket mount. Okay.
So
UHF,
he's running in the truck. There it is. Yep.
Jetstream antenna on a mag mount there, and it looks like a Radio Oddity dual band. Okay, there you go. I'll keep
Lots
it there
of ground
for you,
straps.
Steve.
Yep.
That way
there you go. A lot of bonding. And then Joshua, KDD8 SLQ 2016 Ford Fusion with a TYT TH7800 dual band radio, lip mount antenna on the trunk. He keeps two antennas in the car, a 19-inch low height dual bander for daily driving and a 43-inch high gain dual bander, so he can swap it out when he's on the need. So yes, got the low profile with the 19-inch, and then when you're out on the open road and driving, you can put the high gain antenna and off you go. Good setup there, Joshua.
Jason is in Colorado. We know him. He's the guy, when we did our pre-shows, would bring his beautiful children, Wyatt, and I forget the little girl's name. Jason, if you're around, you remind me of her name. I can't remember what it was. Why? I might be totally wrong, but you remember those cute little kids, Steve?
Those kids were cute as a button.
We stopped the whole show. We were flirting with Betty White the whole time.
These
Jason,
kids get out of the way. We don't want to talk to you. We want to talk to the kids.
Kids are cool, man. Anyway, he's got the FT100D and a mag mount, and looking into ham sticks for now. One day he wants to get a screwdriver, and that's a drink that I had around dinner time, I guess. No, well, we can talk about screwdrivers, antennas there, but they're the ones that have I guess it's a coil. You load up the coil. Is that what they call it, Steve? I've got one. It's a Tar Heel.
Yeah, there's a little motor in there that basically moves the tap. in the simplest form. It moves a tap and tunes the antenna for the band that you're on.
Right on. And let's see.
Adam has he's running another IC 706 Mark II, which is the Shack in the Box, into a Diamond SD330 screwdriver antenna for HF, and then a mag mount for his VHF UHF. And Adam is N0ZIB, Zulu India Bravo.
Tony's running an FT857D. That was the radio for me that got away. That's a small one. I had it, and I sold it to get my first amplifier. And of all the radios that I look at, I go, oh, man, I let that one go. That was the first one I thought, should I keep this? I don't know. And it was so small and everything. And I was like, I just need an amp. And I sold it. And I kind of think like, I might have wanted to keep that one. I don't know. But he's is that a Echo India 3 Hotel Alpha? He's got the 120A Atlas antenna with the FT.
That's the Yaesu screwdriver antenna.
Oh.
John has a 2015 Toyota Highlander. Where he has a IC2300H 2-meter radio with a Tram 1185 mag mount. Occasionally, he has his Uniden BCD 536 HP trunked under his seat and use an old iPhone as a wireless control head. Nice. With a no-name wideband antenna. So it has a picture of it, and let's bring it up. So we got
Hopefully big. Here we go.
let's pull out there. It looks like the ICOM's kind of mounted in a pocket, and kind of like a little shelf there, right underneath the controls of the center console, or the radio is right above the shifter. And then a nice little clean setup there, and perfect.
Cool. Let's see. Oops, I've shifted us about
And
here.
then there's his iPhone. Oh, that's clever. Right up above, right around the visor. So for the folks that are listening to us on the audio podcast, we're bringing these pictures up, and we're trying to verbalize it for you. But if you want to see these pictures, just download the YouTube channel and watch it. So the iPhone that John was talking about to control the Uniden is right above him, up in the upper left-hand corner of the windshield.
All right, very good. I hope everybody's good. We usually start to kind of wind the show down, but we're not going to do the post-show air check tonight just because of the contest. Steve and I are not into the contest, so we're not missing it because of that. We're missing it because it's so busy that we want to give people a chance. And if you're chasing and having a good time, then we can easily get out of the way, but maybe we'll run a little bit longer here tonight as we go. We're talking about mobiles, and your mobile setup, and bunch of answers. I don't know if we'll get through all 50 of them tonight, but we have another photo. Maybe I'll look for photos at the moment we can describe. John's got the FTM 400 XDR with a Comet SSB 7 high gain with Surface Go tablet to do DPM mobile.
PDN mobile, yeah.
PDN. See, it's my dyslexia. That's good to have you here. A Radio Shack HTX 10 meter mobile with Larson 27 megahertz antenna cut for 10 meters. Comet is on the fender mount. Larson is mounted to the toolbox. Let me see if I can pull this up and we can describe it. I got to make it smaller here. So he's got a lot of business going on in the dash.
Like
here.
a Ford F-150. So up on the dash, there's the head for the Yaesu. And then off to the right, kind of like a computer mount. So there's a tablet there, and then right below the tablet, there is the 10-meter radio. So kind of a cool little setup there, and being a touch screen. Oh, it looks like there's GPS suction cup mounted onto the windshield.
Yeah, he's got it going on in there.
You got it going there.
You got it going on. Here's our friend Scotty. Scotty's in Maryland. I just remember these things, but Scotty's in the Discord. He's an audio engineer from the great state of Maryland. Let's see what he's doing. He's got the Yaesu. I'm sorry, did I jump on yours, Steve? What is it?
No, go for that one. I'll take Nicholas's.
Oh, you got it. Yaesu FTM 400 XDR with Mars mod and a Comet CA 2x4 SR. Man, there's so many things. I don't even know what these are, but maybe you guys use them too. The broadband antenna on a tram. What is that? 5 foot?
5-inch. 5-inch heavy duty mag mount.
Okay. There you go. No HF in the ride at the moment, although with the sun cycle starting to pop, I may need to find a spot to stick my FT891. Well, Steve will tell you where to stick it.
Yeah, stick it where, just don't stick it where the airbags deploy. So.
That's right. See, I knew it.
Nicholas has, speaking of he's 891, so Nicholas has the 991 Alpha in his Jeep JK, 2017 model. He has it mounted up overhead, so up above. And he's using a Wolf River coil and a 102-inch whip. Nicholas is N4 BUT, so nice little setup there.
Very good. Let's see. Michael's got the Yaesu FTM 400 with an NMO mount on the roof. And I usually run a half-wave signal stalk antenna. Oh, that sounds fun. More pictures of his setup on his QRZ page. His call signs, Kilo 6 Mike Romeo Papa. He's 5'9" in that little cute white car he's got there.
So Wayne, since he travels a fair amount and uses rental cars, he generally uses an FTM 6000 connected to a 30-amp Bioenno battery, which is perfect. And it charges via the power outlet and a PowerWorks charger. Uses a dual-band diamond mag mount and mounts the head to a Lido cup holder and takes 3 minutes to change between cars. So there you go. It's with these new Bioenno batteries that are just lightweight and small. That's the way to go. You don't have to tie into the rental cars, just a cigarette lighter for the charge. Mag mounts, away you go. Good job. And Wayne's call is Kilo 0 Whiskey Lima Oscar.
Let's take a quick call from Discord. Hello.
Yeehaw! Hey, what you crying for, boy? It's a good show. This is a damn good show.
Excellent. Thank you for stopping by the Discord channel there. Okay, let's pick it up with Kenneth. No mobile for me with a lease on his Ford Edge. No place to even mount his antenna. Haven't run HF since the early 2000s with his Radio Shack 10-meter mobile. It's okay, Kenneth. Not everybody can do that. You can't cut holes in there. We know a few truckers who can't do things on the road either with the cars that they basically, or the trucks that they basically live in. So we understand.
Mm-hmm. David is using a TM710 GA, and no holes were drilled except for the main radio mount in the trunk. He's using a gooseneck mount base under the seat bolt. So yeah, these are really cool. Basically, you just loosen up the bolt for your seat mount, and it just slides in like a terminal lug, and then you tighten it back down, and then it's flexible. You can kind of put the head wherever you want it, and it's perfect. So the control head is clear of airbags and high enough for GPS reception, and he puts his microphone in the cup holder. Antenna is we got to hit see more. We can.
Oh yeah, I'm hearing that. We got another call coming in. Let's take it real quick, Steve. Hello, caller.
I just want to say I listen to your show all the time, and I really, really hate you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. You guys think that's real, too, don't you? You think that's me. I'm being silly.
Lloyd uses a 706 and ham sticks, so it keeps it really simple.
All right, I want to just prove that it's me.
Can't we shut down that infernal transmitter?
It's just me. I'm just being goofy. I like that
Randy,
one. Yeah,
Randy has his 891 with the ATAS 120 for his HF, and then he also has a FT 8800 with a Comet CA2X4 SR for his VHF UHS F, and then both are remote mounted heads. Good deal there, Randy.
Good deal there, Randy. Another caller from the Discord channel. Let's see.
What's he going to be like when he's 10 times as popular? How easy is it going to be to get him off the air then?
Yeah. Just having fun, y'all. Having fun. Scott's using the
setup with
What's that? Did you do
go ahead.
Scott?
I'm sorry.
Are you jumping ahead on me?
No, I didn't do Scott.
Okay. Scott's got the TM D701G into a trunk-mounted Larson. I've never heard of this brand Larson before. I'll have to check them out. It's the
That's what I use. The Larson dual band antennas. Yep, the NMO. Yep, that's they're on my work truck.
Larson.
They work great.
Okay. I need to check them out. I did not know this. Thank you for that tip.
Look at Jim. Now, Jim looks like could be another F-150, but not sure. He's running an IC7100 for HF, a 710 with a Garmin 350, providing his APRS and a fleet mode real-time station display. So he has this, like, it's probably a 7-8 inch, maybe 9-inch display that's mounted on the dash there.
Damn.
It's 9900 TYT 220 radio, an Arden. So he's into the Arden network. 2 gig and 5 gig consumer Wi-Fi for field day sites. Solar on top and an 80 ampere battery for his radio DC bus. Way to go, Jim! Jim has it going. It's Alpha Golf 6 India Fox, and there's a lot of happening there in the center console of his rig.
Yeah, it is. Check all these photos out at Facebook. They're on Facebook, or you can go to the 100 Watts in a Wire YouTube channel and see the video. You're always welcome to join us. We record the podcast on Sunday night at this time, and we live stream it out to our friends here. I'm just looking through for a couple of other images here. Here's Colin. Colin's Alpha Echo 7 Hotel Foxtrot. Looks like his is put into his dashboard there.
I think it's surface mounted. Yep, right above the radio.
Let's see if I can get that down.
Bring it down a little bit.
I can't make it any smaller. I can make it bigger and bring it down. There it is. That's better.
There we go.
Better.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's a control head for an ICOM. I couldn't tell you exactly what model number is, but mono display, and
that's the ID 5100. Okay, I see.
Okay,
so that's a VHF UHF D-Star. I have that radio actually, but I never thought about mounting it in the.
Mounted right up to the panel there. So
very
nice. I don't know if it's held up by Velcro or a Lido mount, but very nice.
Good job.
Looks like Colin has his.
He's got a big rig. He's got a big rig. There it is. Let's see if I can see the top of his antennas there. So yeah, you can see all that. He's got antennas riding, and just scrolling through the Facebook replies. We do this every Monday, and I'll probably ask a question, maybe about computers in the shack this week. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We're just going through now because there's 50 of them. Here's John. Did John show his? It looks familiar. Yeah, mentioned this before.
We've done John's. Yep.
Okay. Why don't we go over to Discord, because Discord also put out a few. We can go over there and see what the Hamley's doing on the Discord side of town. And I got kind of wacky today. When I was doing it, there's some things I'm still trying to figure out with the Discord. So it's a fun place to be, but I'm still trying to figure some things out. So it's a little wonky sometimes. So I'll read you NV4C. You remember Ian, our friend Ian from Georgia. And he's a net control operator. I believe he's practicing the CW. Is this how you do it? He's got a Yaesu FT8800 and a Diamond NMO liftgate. What did I say? MNO? See how it works for me? I'm all NMO liftgate mount with a Diamond 5/8 wave, 2 meter 70 centimeter radio. Can you see Chris is there? Is that too small for you?
Yeah, no. So Chris, Kilo Echo 0, Quebec Victor Kilo. He has his Jeep with a FT8800, also a NMO mount that has a 3/8 hole size. That's an interesting size. NMO mounts are typically 3/4. Been around for a long time. So I popped the plastic bumper out of the hood and put the connector through it and have a dual band antenna. So if you take the antenna off, you can put the weather cap back on the mount, and it looks like it was like a factory bumper. Nice, very nice. So
I dig that. Here's
Way to go.
Dwayne. He's Kilo 9 Lima Romeo Golf. He's got the Yaesu FTM 400 XDR and a Comet 5/8 wave, 2 meter, 70 centimeter. This antenna breaks down so my Jeep fits in the parking garage at work. Antenna is mounted on top of the windshield so I can reach it while turning into the garage. Oh, I see. I got it. What's Brad working with?
Brad Kilo Charlie 3 Bravo Hotel India has a dual band FTM 6000R. After some time with and other CFM radios, that he decided really didn't need the digital, simple sometimes better, and Comet SBB5 NMO on a mag mount.
Okay, Big Ben, Kilo X-Ray 4 Tango Quebec. He's got the FTM 100 DR with remote head mount connected to a quarter wavelength dual band signal stalk Motorola XPR 4550 UHF DMR. Holy cow, man. That's a lot of letters and words and things. But there's a photo of it here, and I bet you Steve knows what it is.
Looks like so. The Motorola is the bottom one of the two. That's the DMR radio, and then his Yaesu is right above it, and it's right in the center console, angled up, so it's everything is pointing right at the driver.
Smart. Pastor Joe. Okay, Joe is
71.
Okay, you can
Got
see
the
what
dual
he's
band
working with.
V71 antenna radio.
Yeah, you can describe it as we go. He sent a bunch of pictures, and then I think at the end,
Yep, and then he has a dual band mag mount antenna. He has no HF. He recognizes his shortcomings, easily distracted as it is. So this way he keeps his Kenwood TMV 7100 or 71A and 2 meter 440 in the Dodge Caravan. It's the shaggin' wagon. And,
Pastor Joe.
Joe. And the head and the speaker are attached to a piece of
microphone.
Pastor Joe. I'm goofing around. Sorry, go ahead.
And then, so it's very nice, a nice setup, and then the rubber ducky Comet SBB1, which cable runs under the mats in the rear hatch, and way to go. So good job there, Joe.
Wrote a
Nice
lot
little
about
setup, really simple.
There you go, Pastor Joe. Oh, and Farmer Rex. Farmer Rex put his in there. He's got a whole computer system there. He's got a 7100. I recognize that radio, the ICOM 7100. I have that in my rig. And he's got a little bit of his portable stuff on video or visual there on our Discord channel. I don't know if I can pop that in the chat for you guys, but it is in the description below. You can find us. Do a search for 100 Watts in a Wire on Discord, and you'll find a nice friendly group, small group there, but it's a friendly. He's got his antenna mounted on the top there of the roof, and I don't recognize that radio. Maybe that's his 2 meter 440. I don't know what that is. Okay. Farmer Rex, pictures in the snow. Oh, here he is. HF Mobile IC 7100. He's got a bug catcher vertical. His VHF UHF is an FTM 400 XD into a Larson dual band vertical for his daily FM and APRS duties. VHF contest band 3-band limited rover, IC 7300, IC 7100, homebrew antenna, 6 meter Moxon. Waka waka waka. The soy tastes great. Thank you for the corn. Boy, he's got a lot going on there. Rexy.
K4TP has twin Motorola's. It looks like the XTS 5000s in his mobile. One set up for green screen, the other one is red. So kind of festive this time of year.
Perfect. There he is, Big Nuts Paul. I mean, no, wait, that's not it. Uncle Paul's Nuts. That's his name of peanuts. He has some peanuts. I run a Yaesu FT891 for HF along with the Atlas 120A for VHF UHF, and I use Kenwood TM D710A with the diamond dual antenna.
Man.
And there we
Very
are.
nice.
So that's a lot. That's a lot. Probably 60 people there chimed in. Let's talk a little bit about safety. You know about all this sort of stuff. I mean, there's some things to consider from not wanting to drill holes in your rig, to running cables, to operating on the air. What are some of the thoughts, Sidecar, that we should be thinking about when we go to operate mobile, or if we've been doing it for a long time?
Well, when you're looking at putting radios in a vehicle, first thing you got to do is where you want to mount the radio control head or whatever, where it's relatively convenient, preferably in a position to where you can see the road and not, look straight down if possible. But the biggest thing is be aware of the airbag deployments, where the airbags will deploy, because the last thing you don't want is if you get into an accident, which we don't advise, is if your airbag has to deploy, you want it to deploy, and you don't want it the radio, the mount, or whatever you have it become part of the problem, as it will interfere with the deployment of the airbag, or it becomes a projectile. And so be conscious of that. And if you're running any wires, especially if you're punching holes in the roof of the vehicle and you're going to run the antenna wire, a lot of the newer vehicles have airbag curtains, so you got to be mindful of that and routing of your cables. So be very, very conscious of your airbags. And so it's just kind of think about it and put it into where, mounted to where it's relatively convenient to operate and keeps your distractions down to a minimum. And then wire straight to the battery if possible. And if you run both your negative and your positive leads to the battery, make sure you have both leads fused. Okay. You want to have a fuse on your negative. So if you go straight to the battery.
In terms of operating and being distracted, talking about distractions, there are some times where I really want to chase a station. I may be on the highway, but I think I just let go of the thought of actually logging the contact at all, and I'm sure people do that. You could probably say, hey, Siri, take a note for me, or somehow you could do a dictation. But when I go to make a contact on the road and you're doing 65, 70 miles an hour, I'm not looking to get it in the book. You know what I mean? It's tough. Yeah. It's tough to do that, but man, I see more people around here. I don't know how it is nationally, but the people with the texting, they're driving like this nowadays.
It's ridiculous.
There's laws. You're seeing it. I'm sure they're off the road all the time.
Oh God, all the time. It's just unbelievable. So
those what I run in my, they're making it hard for us, right?
Exactly. That's why we have these distracted driving laws, and which prior to cell phones and everything, we didn't have that problem. So now we do, and some locales and states include amateur radio as the same as cell phone use. A lot don't, but then there was always a big fight to get us excluded. What I run in my truck, my personal truck, I don't have anything right now. I haven't had any. I drive a 2015 Silverado. I don't have any radios in there. It's just haven't gotten around to doing it. My work truck, I have posted pictures on the Discord group, and I have 3 radios currently in a custom center console. That's 2 Kenwoods and a Tate radio. So that's what I run in the work truck. I seem to spend more time in my work truck than I do in my personal.
Right.
So I just haven't gotten around to installing one, and sometimes it's been kind of nice not having to worry about a radio and just driving the old rig around to and from.
All right. Well,
so that's what.
I got a 7100, an ICOM 7100, Lido mount for that, and I use a Tar Heel. You could tune those things by ear or by hand or manually tune it, but I don't suggest it. It's not good for me. I don't want to be dicking around listening and turning it up. I'm driving. So I do have a turbo tuner in the back. Bio-NO battery is isolated instead of going off my engine. I want to keep that stuff separated. Cuts down on the noise for me, but that works for me now, and I mostly listen. I'm one of those guys that are listening to VHF. That's the thing about the 7100. I get both. D-Star's in there, but I don't really mess with it. And I listen to HF. When I'm on the road, I'll just, keep my finger.
Dial around.
Just spin it. I got 40 minutes of windshield time, and I listen. So anyway, what did we miss?
I think we got it.
Got it all? You guys know about the new gig here. It's called 30 Days. We're going to be doing a sort of peer review. It's going to be an honest review system. Not coming from me, not coming from Steve. We're happy to answer questions to the best of our ability on products and things that we've used. However, with reviews, it can be tricky when one person's talking at you. I want to put together a team of 4 who will tackle a product, use it for 30 days, come on the show and talk about it. If they can do that successfully, they can keep the antenna. Or whatever it may be. It could be ham adjacent. It could be something else in the shack. We'll see how it goes. Your support will determine if you dig it or don't dig it. But I like the concept of it, and I think it can work. The other side of the thing I want you to know, you need a 100-watt ID. So you want to sign up for that on the website, 100wattsandawire.com. 100 IDs, go in there. Takes a few days usually, but get in there. Once you have that, then you can be put into the random drawing to do this. The 1K giveaway, next week we pick the first name, fill the cart up to $250, take a screenshot, send it to me. I'll put the address up for our viewing audience. It's Christian at 100wattsandawire.com for our folks listening. And my dog is barking, so let me grab my axe. It could be an intruder. Told you I know people, so you got to be careful with the doors. Don't buy this stuff. Just put it in there. What would you buy? If your name is picked, this show will buy the things in your cart, ship it off to you. I'm not going to touch it, open it, nothing. You just get it. Easy enough. Just trying to get back. Appreciate the audience that we do have here at the 100 Watts and a Wire podcast. So I think we've done it. Look for the new question of the week. Maybe people like to talk about computers and stuff that they use in the shack. Maybe we can do some of that this week. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Computers and your software.
Computers.
Logging software.
Okay, computers and logging software. Okay.
And any automation that you're doing in your shack.
Automation. Okay, that's good. Good job. Look for that in our Discord and look for that on Facebook. We'll compile the answers and come back and talk about it next week. Hope you enjoyed yourself in the contest. Hope you dug the show. Hope you dig what we're doing. If you do, give us a thumbs up. If not, go somewhere else.
For your money back.
Get your money back at the door. If you don't dig it,
get
your money back.
Get your money back.
Everybody's reimbursed at the door. All right, Steve,
Exactly.
thank you for spending time with us on a Sunday. No net tonight, guys, just because of the contest. We won't be taking calls tonight on the air either. We're going to get out of the way for the contesters, and you guys can go chase that. We're not chasing the contest. We're not involved in it. We're just going to pull back and let those guys play the radio sport tonight. 73 to everybody.
7-3, and for our folks here in the United States, we have Thanksgiving coming up next Thursday. So happy Thanksgiving to all us U.S. amateurs, and thanks for joining us, and thank you for watching.
Very good. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Look after each other, and if you can, by all means, please try and stay above the noise. 7-3, guys.
To join the 100 Watts and a Wire community, visit 100wattsandawire.com.